Hello students. Today we will learn about transportation in plants. First of all, the question is what material plant needs. As we have seen that in photosynthesis process, plant needs carbon dioxide and water. Chlorophyll is present inside the plants only. So how this material it can get? Here, carbon dioxide the plants get from the atmosphere from by these stomata present in the leaves. So stomata are the pores present in the leaves. So through this stomata, the plants take the carbon dioxide. Then the other materials are water. So water will be obtained from the soil and nutrient and it also needs nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. So this nutrients is also obtained from the soil. Now the question, from soil, this material, water and nutrients are obtained from the roots. So roots will take this water and nutrients in the plant, and carbon dioxide is obtained from the atmosphere. Okay, so when the water and nutrients are entering in the plant, how it will reach to a particular region? Like food is made in the leaves, so how water and nutrient will reach up to leaves. So for that, to take the material from roots to a particular place at some height, they need some conducting tubes, conducting system to transport this materials. So for that, plant have transporting system, and this conducting tissues, which is also called the vascular tissues. There are mainly two types of conducting tissues are present in the plant to take this material. For a smaller plants, they don't have but only diffusion process is enough to take the water and material in the leaves. But for the taller plants, they need some particular transporting system, and this transportation system consists of two main conducting tissues, that is xylem and phloem. As we have learned in the previous lesson, that previous classes, that xylem transport water in the plant. Okay, so transportation of water is done by xylem tissue from the roots to leaves, and phloem will transport food from the water. Okay, so after the food is prepared in the leaf, that food should reach to each and every part of the plant. So the transportation of food and other materials is done by phloem tissue from leaves to other parts. And these connecting tissues have some components to carry out this transportation function. As we xylem have mainly four components, that is trachea, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. So conducting function, transportation function is mainly done by tracheas and vessels. And in phloem, there are mainly five components, that is sieve cell, sieve tubes, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. And so the main conducting is done by sieve cell, sieve tubes and companion cell. So how this, no doubt, this transportation system is quite slow in the plant compared to the animals, because plants don't move. They need less energy. And also the cells inside the plants are uh, dead, dead. So they don't need much energy. So the transportation will be very slow. So we will see that how the xylem and phloem will transport the material inside the plant. First one, transportation of water. It is done by the xylem, and main two components, tracheas and vessels, are there to transport the water. See, water is obtained from the roots, from the soil through the roots. Roots have root hairs at the tip of the root. So this root hair will take the water. Now how, the question is how the water will enter in the roots. At the tip of the root, from the soil, the ions, the nutrients and the ions will enter in the root hairs, in the root cells. So these ions are entering in the roots. So now understand here, the concentration of iron inside the root is more compared to outside, because ions are already entering inside the root cells. So as we have seen that there is an osmosis process occurring at the root cells in which the water from the low concentration is traveling to the high concentration. So ions are entering in the root cells. So water will, and outside the ion concentration is less. So water will flow from less concentration to high concentration. So water will enter in the root cells. After entering in the root cells, now how water will reach to particular leaf at the height. Here, these tracheates and vessels in the xylems are forming a continuous channel. So as the water is entering in the root cells, it will continuously flow in the xylem components, tracheates and vessels. For a smaller height, only this osmotic pressure is enough to take the water at the certain height. But for the taller trees, this osmotic pressure is not enough because water has to go to against gravitational force, because water is going in upward direction while the gravitational force in downward direction. So the osmotic pressure from the root is not enough to take water to the high leaf. So plants are using another strategy for this, to take the water from roots to certain height. This strategy is nothing but the transpiration pull. What is transpiration? See, plant have stomata on the leaves. Stomata are the pores present on the leaves and stems also. So at the daytime when the stomata are open, water will be evaporate through this stomata. So this evaporation of water in the form of vapor through the stomata from the aerial part of the plant, this loss of water, this removal of water is known as transpiration. So what is happening here? As the water is evaporated from the aerial parts, that is from the leaves, they creates an empty space in the leaves, cells of the leaves. So this empty place is replaced by the water below that cells, right? And this water from the below cell will be trying to replace that, trying to fill that space. So water will be reaching to the upper cells, and this is how this each and every as the cells are becoming empty and empty, this empty space will be filled by the below water present in the below cells. So this is how ultimately the root will fill up, the water from the root will reaching to the upper regions. Okay, so this is called the transpiration pull, right? This the suction created, and this actually pulls the water from the root, by which transpiration process. So at the daytime, transpiration pull is the major driving force to take the water from the root. Right? And at the night time, as the evaporation is quite slow at the night, this osmotic pressure, which we can say root pressure, is enough to take the water. Now, next, transportation of food. As the water is reaching to the leaves, this leaves, inside the leaf, photosynthesis process is occurring. And after the photosynthesis process, carbohydrates and other materials are made. So this food has to reach to each and every part of the plants. How? Also, and this movement of food material inside the plant is done by phloem tissues, and this movement of food materials, which we are calling it translocation. So this is done by phloem tissues. Phloem have sieve tube, sieve cells and companion cell, and these are doing the mainly transportation work. How they are transporting the food material? See, they are all, the transportation is on in here is also done by the osmotic pressure only. You have to remember the osmosis process as we have learned in standard time. So osmotic process at the phloem cells is is the main process by which the food is transported. What is the mechanism here? See, phloem tissue and xylem tissues are two different independent conducting tubes. Now, xylem conducts the water and phloem will conduct the food. But how this food travels in these phloem tissues? For that, as this from the leaves, the prepared food, let us say carbohydrate, which we also call sugar. So, as the carbohydrate are entering in the phloem cells, this so the sugar inside the phloem cell is increased now. So the concentration, the amount of sugar in the phloem cell is more. And beside that, the xylem cells are present, which have water inside it. So water will transport from low concentration to high concentration because sugar in the phloem is more, while the sugar in the xylem is very less. So we can say that, or the water will transport from xylem to phloem. So this osmosis process is occurring between xylem and phloem. So water will travel from xylem to phloem. So with water, as the water is entering in the phloem, this water will take this food uh, and in the phloem cells. So this osmosis process at the phloem cell is necessary to uh, to transport the food inside. So this ultimately creates the pressure which we are calling it osmotic pressure. So this osmotic pressure is enough to take the food from one place to the other. Where the food material, wherever there is a need of food, like in this material has to reach to fruits, birds, etc. Any part of the plant, wherever there is a need of food, this food material will travel and the transportation will occur by the flow of water. So water will take this food material, whatever it is, whether it is sugar or amino acids to make protein, etc. So this was the transportation of water and food inside the plant. Students, read up to this, and if you have any doubts or any queries, please comment in the below section. Thank you.